Hi, Missy Wryn here. I want to talk to you today about the gentle horse training movement. It is upending the hegemonic culture of the current horse industry. We've all begun to realize that the old way doesn't work anymore, that we don't need to use violence, force, and pain and food to train. We don't need to dominate and be violent to horses to get them to comply. We've discovered that you don't need a bit to get your pee off, to get your half pass, your side pass, your haunch turn. You don't need a bit to do any of that. You just need pressure in the right places and that instant release so the horse understands as their reward they did the right thing. They answered the question correctly. They don't need to be forced. They don't need to be hit. They don't need devices to keep their head down. As trainers, take the time to help the horse understand what the pressure means, not through force, but through reward of feeling good. A little pressure, the horse responds, you immediately rub it away so that they're left on a good feeling cellular level. And that horse then will want to do things for you because it feels good, because you're nice, you're not mean, you're empathetic, you're sympathetic, and you're compassionate. Yet you are firm. You're a good leader. That's what horses want. They're genetically wired to require a herd leader at all times. And that means you and your horse are a herd of two. You need to be that herd leader that horse is genetically wired to require. And that doesn't mean in a human way. That doesn't mean using our human force and pain. It means using the horse's genetic wiring to communicate. Using their way of communicating, not our way, but their way. Gentle doesn't mean wimpy. Come on. It means leadership. Leadership that has compassion, that's respectful, doesn't force. That's leadership. And where we're going with this just isn't the horse industry that we're talking about. It's not just the horse industry that's going to change. And we know it is going to change. It is changing for the better. But what this does is people who love horses and are around horses or have horses in their life, their perspective is going to change. Their mind will be open, recognizing the respect for a sentient being, and then that pervades into everyday real life situations. When your perspective has been broadened to recognize the sentient nature of horses, you can't go back. How can you possibly use violence and force on a horse once you recognize their sentient nature? I don't know how you can do that. So people are waking up and realizing this old programming, it's old, needs to go. We don't need force. We don't need violence. We don't need bits and spurs to get horses to do things. Take your goddamn time with the horse. Take your time and teach that horse in a horse-appropriate way using their language. And that language I teach in my Training the Whole Horse video series, and the Gentle Horse Training with Starting Under Saddle that gives you lots of detail. That's kind of a spin-off of the Training the Whole Horse, going into great detail in how to get a horse under saddle with a no-buck policy. Because the horse is bucking as a form of communication. And you can avoid that buck if you take the time and do it without violence, so you're not having a horse respond in violence. We are having a big paradigm shift I kind of liken our current government situation and the global chaos situation as a last stand, a last gasp, dying breath of an old hegemonic culture that is under tremendous pressure to go the fuck away, right? We need that to go away. Nukes, wars, it's ridiculous. It's insanity. We're all connected. We gotta get that. And we gotta stop perpetrating violence in a way to control. And once you learn that you can have a companionship with the horse without violence, there's no going back. This is a culture shift. Mind you, it's bigger than the horse industry. But we are affecting horse-loving people with this change. And I may not see in my lifetime the complete shift out of iron and violence in the horse industry. But you might. If you're in your 20s, early 30s, you may see that. You may see bits banned. You may see spurs banned. Wouldn't that be fabulous? I would be thrilled. I may not see it. I'm in my 50s. I'm on my way out. I'm at the end. But I need you. I need you. And other people need you. I get so many phone calls and requests every day. Phone calls, emails, texts, looking for someone like me that uses my techniques or is trained by me to work with their horses. People are waking up. And we need to meet that challenge. And as we meet that challenge, I want you to recognize the power that you have in influencing the future culture. Let's get rid of the hegemonic culture. Hey ladies, we've all lived under oppression. You know it, I know it. Our lives matter, Black lives matter, brown lives matter, everybody's life matters. And we all need to get involved. And we all need to do our part. My part is in the horse industry. If your part's in the horse industry, join me. This is bigger than just training horses. This impacts the minds and hearts of people all over the world. We can influence our little niche. It's really not that small of a niche, it's pretty big. But we can influence this niche and influence people to have a more peaceful relationship with their horses. And that creates peaceful relationships between people. It really does. So if you're ready to join the gentle horse movement, get on my website, missywryn.com. I know it's spelled weird, WRYN.com. Get on my website. There's so much free videos and stuff to take advantage of. And if you want to become a horse trainer, sign up. Get registered for an interview with me. Got to have the right people, and I hope you're the right person. So join us in this gentle horse movement. I look forward to meeting you.